Hey everyone, it's Richard Payne here from Halifax Homes and Lifestyles at Keller Williams Lake Realty, and I am out in the glorious area of Sullivan's Pond here in Creighton Park because it's time to look at the stats to see what happened back in July. And we had a listing that came up in one of the flower streets called Tulip Street here in Creighton Park, so I've just gone and hung the sold sign on that place. So we figured whilst we're here in the sunshine with a lovely waterfall behind me here in Sullivan's Pond, that we would give you the lowdown on the stats. Right, so looking at what happened for July, it was basically a similar month to June, which in turn was a great month in its own right. So when we look at what happened actually in the month of July, we had 46 days on market, which is a pretty good downward trend since December 18 when it was at a high at 91 days on market. And we've been kind of sloping down constantly to 46 days, which I think is the lowest days on market we've had so far this year. Now the selling price on average was $331,921, so up 4% on July last year and up 4.6% on the year so far. So pretty good numbers there. 98.3 sale to list price. We sold 599 homes. We had 1,845 active listings, which means 3.1 months of inventory. Now, as we keep saying, anything less than 5 puts us in a seller's market, and that's a strong seller's market. And if we look at like Creighton Park in particular, which is a little sub-district not too far from the downtown Dartmouth Court and Octoloni Street, 2 by Sea, the Canteen Cafe, like a whole load of really cool places. And I think that's what's going on when people start listing properties on the flower streets. Tulip Street actually went for, we listed at $429, sold at $474, so that is $44,000 over asking price, so just under 10%. Sold in 3 days, closed now, which means we are basically, I think we've got another 6 days until we actually get to closing day. So from start to finish, we're talking 19 days. So that gives you an idea with the flower streets what's going on. So let's have a quick look at Creighton Park, because average selling price $308,000, 65 days on market on average, beat that. 11 properties sold, 12 are on the market. That gets us to 1 month. 1 month of inventory. And there was another one on Tulip Street that actually went over asking price and sold pretty quick as well. Much older home compared to ours, but still quick. So let's look at the actual markets now. Number one, regaining its top spot for the HRM market is Bedford. Average of $470,000, 89 days on market, 56 homes sold, 166 for sale, 3 months of inventory on the market. They'll be done in 3 months. Into number 2 was Timberley Prospect, St. Margaret's Bay area, with 3.9 months of inventory. Lower price point, $322,000. And then in third was Sackville, which is our starter market, 1.9 months of inventory, $252,000. So their average price has actually crept up quite a chunk of money, if that's the average, because we always used to be at $220,000 in that market, so they're doing really well. Now, when we look at sales to new listing ratio, because that's another good indicator that tells us like how many new listings are coming on versus how many you're actually selling. And we're at 83% sales versus new listings. Take 1,000 homes, sell 830 homes. So it's staying about the same though. It's been pretty consistent for about the last 3-4 months. And that's definitely going to impact that months of inventory on the market here in HRM. So it's really looking really good. Now, when we look at the high price, that was actually May 2019, that was $352,000. So we're at 331.9, so let's call it 332. So the averages are staying really high. And another, my home market, which is the Fall River area, we've only got 4.2 months of inventory. Now that, the average price bounces around like crazy. We have $2 million homes and we have $200,000 homes. So we're all over the place, but you know, we're sitting at 4.2 months, and traditionally we are a much slower market. So that gives you an idea as to Halifax and how hot it is actually here, not only temperature but also in the actual market itself. So that's the quick details. If you want to get hold of me, if you want to find out some more information specifically about your neighborhood, your area, whether you're selling, whether you've got people moving here looking to buy there, we'd love to help you out. So my name is Richard Payne, obviously, It's richard@richardpayne.ca. My number is 902-489-1804. You can find us on the Facebook, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on the internet, Pinterest, Instagram. We're kind of everywhere. You just got to search and you will find me. So if you have any questions, reach out and let's see how we can help.